So the year's already halfway over, but I still have 3 massive books that I want to try to get done and read before the end of the year. And when I say massive, I mean massive as in they're all thick boys, they're all well over 600 pages, but they're all massively popular as well. And today, I'm going to talk about them. Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. Look at the flop on this bad boy. Anytime I see anyone online talking about this book, it's just nothing but praise. Everyone seems to gush about how awesome this book is, how amazing it is, how great the characters are and the writing. I really don't know too much about what it's about. The back doesn't really give too much of a description. It just says it's a love story, an adventure, and an epic of the frontier. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it is about a cattle drive that takes place in Texas and pushes it on out west. But yeah, this is one I've been wanting to read for a really long time. I'm in the mood to read a Western right now, so this is probably going to be one of my next few reads I get to. But yeah, totally missing out on this one so far. Want to read Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. Dune by Frank Herbert. I believe this is kind of like the godfather of sci-fi books. I think there's so many other books and movies and things that were inspired by this. Even George Lucas in Star Wars was inspired by Dune. I have seen the 2 movies, so I do have an understanding of what it's about. Paul Atreides and Arrakis and Dune and Spice and all that kind of stuff. But I do want to read the book itself. I did enjoy the movies, but I think I'll have a much better understanding of what's going on once I finally dive into the book. But this is Dune by Frank Herbert. And finally, The Stand by Stephen King. The biggest book out of the 3. It's well over 1,100 pages. And this might be surprising considering I'm the horror guy. I read a lot of horror books. Still haven't gotten to The Stand yet. I know it's about Captain Trips, kind of this flu virus, and this is King's big post-apocalyptic epic book. Randall Flagg is in here, the Man in Black. Just for whatever reason, I've never gotten around to reading it. But specifically why I want to read it now rather than later is because there is an anthology coming out, I believe later this year in August. I think it's called At the End of the World or World's End, something like that, where it's a bunch of different authors have come together and written a bunch of short stories that take place in the world of The Stand. It's got an introduction by Stephen King, I believe, or a foreword by Stephen King. I'm really looking forward to that, but I've got to read the source material first, so I want to check out The Stand by Stephen King. And these are 3 books that are not only super popular, but they're thick boys as well, and I feel like I'm missing out because I haven't read these yet, and looking forward to trying to get these done before the end of the year.